Well, good evening, everybody. This is JBoy1878, and tonight's story is about this guy on the screen. His name is Matthew King, 19, Muslim convert, who expressed a desire to kill military personnel. First of all, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watched the channel so far. It's going to be a daily update on the latest court case that has caught my eye with the conviction or clearance of the person. So let's crack on with tonight's story. A teenage Islamic State fanatic has been jailed for life for plotting a terror attack on British police officers or soldiers after being radicalised online during the pandemic. Muslim convert Matthew King, 19, expressed a desire to kill military personnel as he prepared to stake out a British Army barracks in Stratford, East London. He discussed his plans and shared a gory fantasy with an online girlfriend with whom he struck up an adolescent flirtation, the Old Bailey heard. His desires to launch attack in Britain or travel to Syria to join so-called Islamic State were thwarted when his mother reported him to prevent counter-terrorism program. Authorities were also tipped off through anti-terrorist hotline after he posted a video on WhatsApp group on April the 13th last year, 2022. While in custody, King had made violent threats to behead an imam and kill and chop up staff, the court was told. In January, King from Wickford in Essex pleaded guilty to preparation of terrorism acts between December 22nd, 2021 and May the 17th, 2022. On Friday, he is handed a discretionary life sentence with a minimum term of 6 years in the first terrorism sentencing in England and North Wales to be televised. She took the very bold step of alert and prevent when she had concerns for her son. That cannot have been an easy thing to do in the first place, in my view. And she was absolutely did the right thing. She did. If you know someone who's planning to kill people or you've got concerns over things like that, you've got to report them, haven't you? Protect other people's lives. Judge Mark Lucroft, KC, praised King's mother, saying she took the very bold step of alert and prevent when she had concerns for her son. That cannot have been an easy thing to do in the first place. And in my view, it was absolutely the right thing to do. Judge Lucroft found that King is a dangerous offender who carries a risk of future harm to the public, despite claims by his barrister that the defendant is on the path to deradicalisation. He told King, I note that it would have been much easier for you to attack a police officer in the street than it would have been for you to join ISIS in Syria. And so, of the two terrorist acts you intend to carry out, the former was more likely than the latter on the evidence. Setting out aggravating factors, the judge said King was motivated by hostility towards non-believers, was in contact with other extremists, other aliases to hide his identity, and failed to heed warnings from his family and others in mosques. In mitigation, Hassan Sazia KC said King is immature and the prospect that he will carry out either of his terrorist plans is remote. I don't care whether it's damn well remote. He thought about it, he planned it, and if he had half a damn opportunity, he would have killed police officers or even gone to Syria to kill British troops or behead non-believers in them countries. Damn right he deserved to go to prison. The defence barrister argued that despite incidents of offensive and abusive behaviour in custody, King is slowly and steadily disengaging from the excesses of extremism. Slowly, not quick enough. That's why he's going to prison. And if he needs to stay in there for longer than 6 years to get his little scroty head together, then let him fucking stay there. After the sentence, Scotland Yard described King as a committed, self-initiated terrorist who was self-radicalised online during the COVID-19 pandemic. Commander Dominic Murphy, who leads the Met's counter-terrorism command, said we had seen an escalation in Matthew King's behaviour and in his reconciliation. I genuinely believe this was an imminent terrorist attack without the public's help and without the efficient investigation of my officers from the eastern region and members of the intelligence community. We wouldn't have been able to disrupt what for me was an imminent attack. Setting out the facts at the previous hearing, prosecutor Paul Jarvis had described how King had developed an entrenched Islamist extremist mindset. In his early teens, King dabbled with drugs and was expelled from school after becoming aggressive, eventually leaving education entirely at the age of 16. Around May 2020, he became interested in Islam, began to attend mosques and watched Muslim videos on YouTube. By May 2021, his family noticed that he was become more extreme and his mother became concerned. He was watching material online promoting hatred. Mr. Jarvis said he had developed a friendship with a girl identified in court only as Miss A, whom he met online. He spoke of wanting to get his hands on an American or British Marine and told the girl, I want to die a martyr. When Miss A appeared to support and encourage him, King's, I guess jihadi love is powerful. I just want to kill people. In further graphic chat, Mrs. A talked about torturing, beheading a soldier and then cutting up the body parts. As part of his terrorist attack planning, King had set up an online account with the retailer Knife Warehouse searching for IS tactical training videos and in the use of knives and bought tactical gloves and goggles. On one occasion, he went into his sister's bedroom dressed up